we have Granular OAuth permissions. So that means that users will now have to check multiple checkboxes to grant authorization for a particular app. And the current rollout is inside the Apps Script IDE, so you would expect some level of confidence for the IDE developer to accept all those checkboxes. But when it gets rolled out across the board, then we're going to be in some trouble. So let me show you what I mean. Let's go into, we'll just create something new, hey? So we'll go sheets.new. Stay on. And then we'll add some app script magic. All right. So in my function, let's create, we want to get to lots of permissions or authorization permissions. So what I might do is I'll just use app script to get the ID of the current sheet. So we'll say const SSID is equal to spreadsheet app get active dot get ID, and then we'll use that to do something in Google Drive. So drive app dot get file by ID SSID, and it's just going to do nothing, right? It's not really the purpose. Okay, we'll hit save, and what we want to do is just run, just to highlight what the authorization is looking like these days. Okay, so now on our authorization, we've got untitled project wants your access. Before, you didn't have these select all buttons here or these checkbox buttons. You just had to go through continue. Or if you're using a Gmail account, you had to go through that warning page before you got to here, and then you had to carry that out. So what we're going to do, so the user would say, I don't know, I'm a discerning and an intelligent individual here and knows all the things about development inside my company, and I get to choose what I'm going to accept and reject. So here we've got see downloads, see and download all your Google Drive files. So maybe I just click that one, or maybe I just say see, edit, create and delete all your Google Sheets here instead of selecting all, which is probably more useful. Now, some developers might see this as, hey, we're giving our users more flexibility in what they want to accept and reject, but also means that for us, the developer, we have to figure out what access they have for certain things and make sure they have access, or let them know that this is an issue and they have to deal with it. So we will, and just to continue that point, it's not generally a good idea to give that level of access or privilege to the users if they're working in an organization and you as your development team in that company are building something for their account and the account's under the company's ownership. Just force them to have full access. Anyway, so select all. We've got see, edit, create, delete all your Google Sheet spreadsheets. We're going to hit continue. So we only have access to one thing here, and let's see what happens. Okay, so we failed because we didn't have authorization for the second stage. So we got this first SSID stage, and then we failed on this stage here. So we can actually exemplify that by saying console.log SSID. So we can see that pop up, and then we should get the error afterwards. So yeah, there's the ID of the file, and now we've got review permissions. This app might not be working expected without providing all requested permissions. So at the very least, this is a good sign, because this is going to warn users that, hey, if you want to use the whole package, then you've got to authorize it. However, AppScript has come with some permissions along the way here. So this might be better for if you're creating an add-on for a user that's out in the public. and it requires like full access or something. So let's go and have a look at the script class here. And our new toys. So the first thing we've got is requireScopes, AuthorizationInfo, and getAuthorisedScopes. Authorization status here we've got, that's pretty good. AuthorizationInfo, so maybe we could try that at the start here. So ScriptApp, getAuthorizationInfo. So it's asking the authorization mode. Let's zoom in a bit here for you. Okay. The authorization mode for which the authorization information is requested. In almost all cases, the value of authMode should be ScriptApp getAuthorizationInfo ScriptApp authMode full. Okay. ScriptApp authMode. Since no other authorization mode requires that users grant authorization. Oh, we can also list scopes too. That's pretty cool. Get authorization info gets an object that checks if the user has granted authorization for all script requirements. The object also provides an authorization URL for users to grant those permissions in case any of the script requirements are not authorized. So this could be handy in a web app where we don't have as much functionality as we have with bound scripts or add-ons. And then we can provide that link for the user to get that authorization. So that's turns authorization info. So we want to say const auth info is equal to this, and we'll just maybe log this, see what happens. Auth info. Just hit save. Cancel again. We'll just chuck in a return on here for the time being. Okay, and have a look at those logs again. So we've got a number of options here. So the get authorization scopes and status. All right, so let's just do 2.3. Info status gets a value that indicates whether the user needs to authorize this script to use one or more services. Okay, then we've got get the URL, and then the scopes. And we'll hit return. Run that bad boy. Okay, let's start down the bottom here. So our first one is our array of scopes. So get authorized scopes. These are the scopes that the user has authorized. Is this in our first list here? Oh, where's our information? requireScopes, requireAllScopes, get authorization. So we're just working on this get authorized scopes. Okay, so this one is the one we've currently authorized, but we know if we go into overview that we have two scopes that are required for this entire document. For this script, sorry. All right, so it's just showing what is available. So we can compare this against our list of scopes. Is there a way then to get the full list of scopes? Let's have a look. On script scopes. Script app. We've got statements for what scopes that we need. requireScopes. We have triggers there. What about if we say, so you know how it says get project triggers? It'd be nice to get project scopes. That would be funky. I don't think I'm missing it. Invalid auth, delete trigger, get authorization info is what we just looked up. No. What was our other things that we could do? So get, these were just interface enumerators, right? So authorization status, required or not required, yeah. Dot get and just statements. Okay, we'll leave that one alone for a second. So I think it's upon us to check our scopes and then say this scope, or this scope. Okay, we'll work on that in a moment. So the next item we had was the link. So if we have this link, open that up, hopefully that gives us an account, and then we can run through So because we've only got one service here, it just allows you to accept one service. I wonder if that differs from here. If we just do this and run, we get this warning, a few permissions. Yeah, so it's the same instance here. Cancel. Okay, so cool. What if we say we want to? All right, let's use some of those new commands. We'll require all. So script that. Require all scopes. And then the authMode is just going to be full, right? At authMode full. Let's just head to that. Let's require scopes, require all scopes here. Okay, so it validates if the user has granted consent for all scopes requested. I think this is probably what's going to be used the most frequently, is you'll have your entry function into your script and people are just going to bung that there, and that's it. They'll be done. So we'll hit run, see what happens. Yeah, so instead of completing that process where we've console logged this information here or even looked at an SSID, now it checks to see if all scopes are required and then it hits run. So I suspect then this will be what everyone puts here. Oh, interesting. It's what if we clear out our permissions? You're connected, here we go. Oh, see. Got untitled project. Let's rename this to, I don't know, cheesecake. So we know what's what. Give this a bit of a refresh. Don't know which one it is now. Maybe this one. it's not going to matter anyway. Let's go back to third party. I think it's going to be maybe this one. That wasn't that one. This one. See, edit, create. This looks like it. 15 minutes ago. Okay, let's remove access completely. There we go, cheesecake. Okay, cheesecake should be gone now. Okay, so now let's do a run. Got review permissions. Now we've got to choose from both of those. What about, and nothing happens beyond that point because we've got the script requires all. So let's comment that one out. Let's have a look at this last one that it has here. Requires scopes. So here we can say ScriptApp dot requires scopes. So we've got selected scopes now. AuthMode, which is going to be the same one here. And let's just put that on a new line, comma, and now we need an array of scopes. So the first one we want to protect for is C. We want to protect for this one here, don't we? Let's go here. So we're diving into the spreadsheet first. So we're going to copy that, take that back here, and just put that boot in there. Hit save. So now we're going to hit run. Go through our request permission. Be a knob and just click on, we're not going to click on anything, are we? So we're just going to hit continue. I didn't allow access, go back. Let's go with, we'll just do the Google Drive one. So that will still ask us to have access to the script so we can get the script ID, get the sheet ID. So hit continue. Okay, so we've got an authorization required. This app might not work as expected without providing all requested permissions. Exception, script does not have sufficient permissions to continue. So it throws an error as well. Inside the script. I wonder. Let's on open. Let's go spreadsheet app get UI dot create menu, which we'll call manage dot add item test, and that's going to go to my function. Then we need to build it, so add UI, hit save. Yeah, put a space in here so it doesn't close my app script. No. Okay, so we've got manage popped up here. Test. All right, so that's working from here. So we going to hit OK. And then we've got the old screen here because it hasn't got to the script yet. So we're going to hit allow. I wonder, let's go back to third party, do a little refresh of this. Untitled project, Cheesecake, there it is. Go to Cheesecake, see the details, remove all access, confirm. Now I don't think from here, according to the information in the Google Apps Script details, that this is going to come up with the checkboxes. So prove me wrong. Yeah, so here it's still forcing the user, which I think is a great idea, to accept all options here and to allow. But now if we run here, no, oh, on open. Right, no, that's my function. I don't know what happened here. What if we do a refresh? And we click on my function now. And now we've got authorization review, tester account. We can select these items. So this occurs without throwing an error. So this, if we put the script requires scopes, and then it comes up with the dialog, we can select the desired scope, which is the spreadsheet one here. Then we can hit continue. And then it will throw an error if we don't have it handled for with required scopes. Got it. So here we couldn't even do a try catch because we're handling here. What we might do is, does this return anything? I wonder. Let's have a quick look before. No, it just has parameters. Double check, just double check quickly. So, just delete everything quickly. Const, just console log. Okay, hit run. Cancel. No, yeah, so it doesn't return anything at all. It's just, yeah, so all it's doing is saying, hey, you're going to need this scope for the next part. Let's go ahead and accept this scope. Once you've accepted the scope, we'll continue the script. Whereas with the other approach, this one here, it will throw the error, but then you'll also be forced to go through the authorization process like we have here. Yeah, so the error is thrown, but you can still review permission and carry on. So it's safeguarding you from an exception being thrown by putting in that required scope request at that stage. Yeah, that's not bad. I don't mind that. Cool. All right, so that summarizes the updates that we had for the scope changes in Google Apps Script in ScriptApp. I hope that makes a bit of sense now that we had a chance to play with it.